We are live. Dope. Um, yeah, so at the end of the live, we can go over anything you want, like coins. But to start off, I've already charted out Bitcoin. I'm just going to kind of give you the levels. You can screenshot them or just rewatch the recording to mark on your own charts when we are done. To start off, some higher time frame support and resistance levels that we can look at. We'll start at the monthly. And currently the only real untapped monthly swing is this guy up here, right? This was a big turning point. It hasn't been touched yet. We actually also see this guy down here, but this did get tapped by this wick. We could be forming a new monthly over here. Obviously, this month is not finished yet, so it's sort of...
I can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't? My fault, bro.
No.
I did not realize I was not screen sharing. Can you see now?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, thank you.
All right, dope. So, yeah, we're just starting off the monthlies. So the only monthly up here, right, because this is kind of an untapped turning point. We wouldn't mark this one because we ran through it. We wouldn't really mark this one down here because we wicked through it and saw a reaction. This one down here would be an untapped turning point if we started to come back up. But obviously this month is not finished, so sort of TBD on this guy down here. Now if we go into weekly levels, let me just go there. So, right, we have a weekly up here that hasn't been tapped yet. This was a good turning point. Had a slight recovery. And we saw this weekly point. Another turning point. And then this guy down here that didn't get touched. And this guy over here. Again, you can either screenshot or I will can watch him after. This could be a pretty major weekly level. I like this guy. Yeah, that's the weeklies. Let us move on to the dailies. Boom. So these are really the only major daily levels that I've seen. If we zoom out, here was a pretty big untapped point. This was a nice turning point. It resulted in a massive downfall. This is a more recent one that we marked, these two, kind of the range we've been trading in. And this one got down here that we liked, that I like. This is also a daily. This was a major turning point down here. And these are all sort of fresher levels. Obviously, there might be a couple more down here like this guy. But these are sort of the relevant levels. And yeah, if we turn them all on, right, we see some confluence down here. And that's about it in terms of our high time frame support and resistance. You following me?
Yep, I'm following.
All right, nice. Now, to move into our point of controls, we're going to, we would be using EXO for this one. But I've already obviously marked them all out. Purples being monthly naked point of controls, blues being daily, and yellows being weeklies. This 48,700, you'll see there's some pretty big confluence up here when we add these back in. And this NPOC, this daily down here, 36,850. If we add these, we see a weekly. This was a daily level and a daily naked point of control stacked right on top of each other. So that is a swing long if we did come back down. Overall just some pretty big major levels. yeah, this weekly one got front run, and we just put in this weekly. All levels we could be seeing reactions off of. Pretty much guaranteed. You never really blast through them. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you can almost always see scalps off these. But here are the pretty major ones. These kind of 4 right here are pretty big. This is also a big support and resistance zone. Monthly naked point of control. But then if we come like this, it does in fact coincide with the value area high of this range. You know, building more of a case, right? We don't really take trades unless we see 3 confluences coming together. Sort of a rule of thumb I like. And now we're going to look at some major volume levels that I have marked. So let's look at volume. So I do believe, let's switch to full fixed range, sort of this massive sandbox we're in. Yeah, so this is the value area low of this major sandbox, which obviously we saw got tested to the dollar pretty much right here. If we backtest as support, we could be seeing it there. If we break and we start to close above the point of control of, I think it was this, no, maybe it was this guy. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. This was a big point of control, but I don't quite remember which fixed range I pulled there, but this was a good fixed range. I think this is a pretty major value area low down here. Yeah, and the point of control there. Let's see. Yeah. This was another big value area low. I don't quite remember which one it was. And I believe this is the all-time value area high. Or it was maybe of this range. Yeah, and this was also point of control. Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite remember all these polls, but I did chart this last night, and I did like the levels that I was seeing. And yeah, these are major levels that we've obviously seen reactions off of, big resistance levels. And let's see here. So yeah, this weekly level, obviously coming with this POC, pretty big support and resistance. And yeah, if we zoom in down here on the 1 hour, and we look at previous range levels, yes, sir. I believe it was this past range that we were in for a good. One moment. Sorry about that. I think it was these stats over here. We took these previous range. Oh no, it was this range up here. Yeah, it was this mega range we were in. And we found this simply by this fixed range. After this high was set in, then we came down to the low. We have the point of control, value area low and high, and these obviously are levels we're going to want to look at as we come to approach. This was front run. Could we see a swing failure of the value area low and come back in? Yeah. If we see acceptance into the point of control and value area low, we obviously now look to come up here into this value area high along with that monthly naked point of control. And again, this value area low was also a daily naked point of control, just building confluences, stacking on top of each other. Yeah. Now, if we look much more locally, sort of, I'm identifying ranges here simply as this could be one, this could be one, sort of prior to this drop, and this guy down here, right? We pull some fixed range volume tools, and what do we see? Obviously our point of controls and things like that, but what do we see right here? If we zoom in on like a 30-minute, off of this point of control, we saw a slight reaction. Buyers are coming more into play here. Now we can sort of look for a reaction at this level, which could either be bigger or smaller. Only time will tell if we monitor our order flow and things like that. But these two POCs being so close together and the value area high right here, sort of if we come like this, yeah, the value area high stacking right on the point of control, again, just sort of builds a stronger argument for a rejection. And yeah, as you can see, right, the value area high of this range was getting respected. Well, just to see this better, we can draw a horizontal line. Look at that. Just real nice. And yeah, that's the super local range. I do like this breakout. Could be forming a bull flag. Let's take a fib and just go from here to here and see if we are on. And look at that. We're forming right up to the 0.236 we were holding. Honestly, a slight rejection, or if we come slightly higher into that POC, slight rejection, and then fib extension to predict our levels. 1, 2. Obviously, these are targets we could be looking at. And let's see if we see confluence here. Yep, the value area high, sort of coming right along with the 1-to-1 extension. That could be a nice target we're looking at. And then obviously we would claim back into this old range. That's just one possible layout. And yeah, that is our sort of more local range. If we zoom out back into the macro perspective, there are there's one parallel channel that I think is really amazing. It is this guy right here. Boom, 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 right? This is a good way to just look at this sort of channel we have here. Obviously, this is very bullish. Yeah, just crazy respect. Off the 50, back down. This is very, 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 very major. Yeah, I'd love to see this play out and just sort of see respect, because then we could sort of be looking back up in the 75K range for the next all-time high, and hopefully rejection back down to only around 37, 40K. But who knows? We'd have to see if this holds. Again, I'm not really bullish on Bitcoin again yet. I'd like to see us reclaim the 48,700 level. That monthly naked point of control is going to be major, major, major resistance. We love our point of controls, SEC students. And yeah, I prefer fib channels just because it lets you see it. But yeah, as you can see, high, down to the low, almost to the dollar. We see respect. Obviously, there's we see some action along this 0.66 line, which just continues to respect fib theory. Let's see here for a second. Could this have been a bull flag? It does look like we're closing above the 382. Yeah. So this could have been seen as bull flag as well, but who knows? And then there's, oh, my bad, I did not want to delete that. There's one more fib channel that I think is important to monitor, and it is this guy down here. We pulled this guy. Fib channels are used as 3 clicks, so click, click, and then back up to the all-time high. And I mean, wow, literally to the dollar. I saw this on Twitter. This was not my fib pull, but I just thought it was something to mention. Yeah, absolutely crazy respect. Like absolutely beautiful. So yeah, do we reject here and come back down and then respect hopefully the more macro one and come into here and then push higher? Possibility. Now, in terms of a trading plan, the way I think we should be approaching this is my next swing trades most likely are going to be off of this daily down here, which was also that naked point of control. I'd love to see this stack up. And chances are I will also look to take a long if we come down here off this weekly level and this monthly naked point of control is what it seems to be. This monthly level and the weekly naked point of control. Both of these are strong levels. I'd love to see a reaction here and go back up. If we lose this, we could just DCA some more in if we don't get stopped out. And yeah, there's obviously a pretty big imbalance here, which should get filled. Yeah, in terms of shorts, I'd like for us to look up to, so we do see this POC and this weekly level, back test and hold as support. But this NPOC and this value area low, I think would be a strong place to take a short scalp. Again, if we zoom out way macro, as I said, with that parallel channel, we are bullish. In the past couple months, we are bearish. Does this end? I don't believe so. But again, you don't need to predict the market to make money. You just need to play probabilities. So, yeah, I'd like to, I'm most likely going to short if we come up, long if we come down, and depending on which way we go first, we will trade the plan. And, as we form ranges, we're going to continue to scalp over in the 44 Investments Discord. Yeah, I will, let me just do something real quick. So if we come over to the Discord, obviously right now we only have 2 members. Greeny was the first one, but these are literally just some gains in the past week or so. So, yeah, I mean, we win, but my fault. Let me if we look over here, we obviously just kind of win. Greeny, how's it been going?
It's been going pretty well, dude. Just been trading off, that after that one live, just been scalping over and over again using those levels.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the goal is for us to become independent traders. I want to teach you guys how to trade. I can give levels, and I just hope we use our brains and trade them. But I'm gonna start to teach order flow more because I think that's super important for scalping. And yeah, that's about it for the Bitcoin breakdown. Do you want to look at any coin specifically, or we all good?
Can you look at Aave though?
Aave?
Yeah, it's like
How do you spell it?
AAVE.
Aave on Binance.
Yeah, because it does what Bitcoin does, but then just like magnified, like it's like times two.
Just like
So
more movement.
yeah,
Do you? Oh yeah, you trade on Femex, right?
Femex and KuCoin.
Yeah. Do you you can trade Aave on Femex?
Yeah,
Interesting. I used to use Femex. I literally switched because there was like no coins that
yeah,
like.
it's so limited. It's crazy.
I mean, we sort of see like a descending wedge here. Like just looking at it, kind of basically. I can't really do much volume stuff because. Yeah, we can just do a quick little breakdown. I like that weekly. I like this weekly. I like this weekly. And I like this weekly. Those are the 4 weeklies. It hasn't really been out. Yeah, I don't see any monthlies other than this monthly down here, but that's unfinished, so we're not gonna really fuck with that. And again, I can screenshot this, or you can screenshot all these levels when we're done if you want, if you'd like. Just let me know what you want, Greeny. Yeah, I can't really do volume stuff, so we're just gonna have to look at these, pull some fibs, see what we get. So with this institutional move, so a nice value area low coming right in with the CC. You know, stacking some confluences here. So that weekly level and that point of control, it's a pretty big level. We can mark this as a key. And we're going to actually change the text just so we remember. Range POC weekly. Yeah, the CC. So if you're asking for like a trading plan, I mean, we can look at the sort of little range we're in here. Right, we're rejecting off the value area high pretty obviously. Yeah, so could see support right at this POC, or you could clear this imbalance and work your way back down to the daily in conjunction with the value area low. This seems like a good spot to long at, especially, right, if we break this, we look to the weekly and look for market structure to hold, because in terms of micro market structure, we sort of have been in this uptrend, Slight deviation, back test, drop, come back up, hold, right? This is either a failed auction or just a little deviation, but that is something I'd like to look at. Yeah. This is right, we can pull a fixed range from here to here. I don't know where my fixed range just went. Rejection off this value area low. Yeah, so are you asking for a trading plan, or do you just like levels, Greeny? If you'd like a if you'd like a
I mean,
if you'd like a plan, if you'd like to scalp this, I I mean, obviously not financial advice. Anything I do is just for paper trading purposes, but yeah, this seems like a good daily with that value area low to be longing off of. You could see a very, very quick reaction off this POC, because after all, we did sort of reject the that, I don't know, like, did I take this candle? Well, this was a value area high just a second ago.
how do you do that fixed range thing?
This guy?
Yeah.
How do you get it, or how do you use it?
How do you get it?
It should be a tool, sort of. You have your cursors, your lines, your fibs, your drawing, text, patterns, and then the fixed range should be in that next one all the way at the bottom. And then,
Oh, I've never noticed that.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. What? I'm not understanding where I pulled this fixed range from. We literally just saw that there was a value area high up here. Alright, well, I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. But, oh, maybe it was an all-time thing. Yeah. So, we could start to see support back here at this point of control. Yeah. That's sort of it right now. And this value area low with this daily. Yeah, I mean, honestly, in terms of a bigger swing play, I'd probably look to short this CC, this 0.66 fib, because it's a little bit more macro. But if you're scalping, let's look here. Oh, so yeah, this would be a nice long to long off of this range point of control with this weekly. I really like that long. I'm actually going to set an alert here. POC weekly long, because that is a very nice level to be marking. I don't ever set limit orders, like where I think a trade might happen. I simply set alerts so I can come in and sort of see the reaction and then market buy in as it moves. It's just the smarter way to trade. I'd honestly consider this a rejection sort of this value area high. Yeah. That's everything that I'm seeing sort of on AVE. The reason why I wouldn't love trading this is because I'm going to assume, right, I can't see footprint. I can't see net longs, net shorts, delta, CVD, things like that. So I can't quite gauge sort of the volume behind these moves, right? Some of these altcoins that are unknown have lower volume, so you don't quite what's the word? The moves are less trustworthy because you can't, there's just not a whole lot behind them, right? Someone can't really come in and just, I mean, obviously there are manipulations in Bitcoin, but it's a lot harder to do than, for instance, some altcoin that has like a 100 million market cap, right? So that's sort of my point there. Yeah. I would not be surprised if we climbed up to this POC and rejected into these weeklies. And if we
That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and then here's another speed fan that sort of does get rejected or respected. My fault. I don't know. Is this guy? Look at the daily. I took a speed fan from the low up to the all-time high, and I mean you can just sort of see it act as resistance, right? Pretty cool speed fan that I also saw on Twitter. Yeah. That's about it for now. Sort of the Bitcoin update we needed, right? Again,
Yes,
Granny,
sir.
if you want these levels, if you didn't get them marked down or you didn't screenshot them, I can always send the screenshots in the chat after. For anyone,
Yeah, could you do that?
yeah, I will. For anyone looking to join, I mean, we give lives like this quite often, and especially going to be more frequent. The more I'm available. Just been sort of busy recently, but yeah. I mean, you sort of get your money's worth with this, I think. Especially if you get the higher level one, you obviously get one-on-one mentorship. But right now for Greeny, because he's like one of the only guys here, he's pretty much getting one-on-one help, which is nice. And yeah, thanks for watching.